No heroes. No heroes. No heroes, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a particular one here. Today we have EASYWININSIM, I think.
Yes.
And he is playing the OG, the one and only Trafalgar Law. Also, you can see at his pricing, he made it to top 16. Sadly missed out on top 8. But yeah, Lucci was a tough opponent, I would assume.
Yeah, that's right. Lucci is always tough. For the Swiss, I faced 4 Luccis. I just lost to one, won the other 3, and I faced as well one starter deck Luffy, the other black deck. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. I was just playing my favorite deck. No intention of winning, just having fun, and guess it worked out.
That's true. So speaking of your favorite deck, I want to see your deck. So do you mind introducing us to your deck list?
A little bit of space here.
And how do you, win against 3 Luccis in Swiss?
Okay, so I thought a lot about the consistency of the deck and how to build it. I will try to make it as clear as possible for you guys. So basically, in this deck we got 3 engines and 3 kind of searchable cards. I don't play any cards which aren't searchable, so every card is searchable. First engine is the Dardan package, which is searching for the 1-drops.
Yeah.
We're playing for Otama. This card is a must-have in this deck. You can loop it all the time. You play it down, minus 2k, give it back, so we have it for the next turn as well. In the top 32 match versus Bonnie, it's an essential card to clear the 8-cost kit, make it down to 6k, and then start swinging, because otherwise the body is too big for your deck and it gets hard to beat it. Then we're playing 3 Makino. I love this card. I will try to make it up to 4 copies.
But?
Yeah, I can tell you later about the finishing turn. Like from my games in Swiss, I finished 5 games, I think, with the same move, and I can show you this move later in the end of the video. It's really awesome, and most opponents don't see it coming. Then we got the next engine. This engine is searchable as well with the Dardan package. I will just put it on top here as well.
So we have the Straw Hats?
Yeah. Nami, basic, you need to play it. Then we got 4
Best
choppers.
Boy.
So these cards are basically searchable with Dardan as well. So we have 17 targets for Dardan with the 2 bonus. And I try to keep the ratios as consistent as possible. Versus Lucci in the last game, sadly, I played 2 Namis and both whiffed. That's the deck. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you whiff. It's, in the end of the day, a card game, and it's RNG. But when you're playing 10 rounds in Swiss, which I ended up 8-2, I lost 1 game to Hervuye. Shout-outs to his black, yellow Luffy. You just need to optimize on consistency. So I'm playing like no tech cards at all, except of this one, which is also good for the consistency because double searchable. You can clear a lot with it. You clear the Rebeccas with it. You clear all the small blockers and searches from Bonnie. And sometimes you can clear higher body if you loop like Otama 2 times and you can KO with 5k. With blocker law, that's possible as well. Then for the Nami package as well, we're having 3 Sanjis.
Yeah.
The 2k counter as well, so I'm running 10 2k counters. 4 Otama and 3 and 3.
Do you, how do I say it? Did Sanji come up in the Swiss rounds, like people trying to starve you and then you use his activate main?
My last game in Swiss, round 10, I played versus Bonnie and he starved me. And I was really happy that I had this card to protect my board because versus Bonnie, you need cards to protect your board
Yeah.
because they won't attack you. And I try a lot. You can see that maybe in the first game of the feature match to get my board in the end of my turn as active as possible. So don't give him so many targets that he can attack.
Fair.
And if you have something rested, you need to protect it. That's why you need a lot of cards. And I played one NL, and versus NL, this card is the MVP because before they are on the 9 Don turn to drop the Yamato, and they are calculating all the way, okay, I can drop Yamato, I can pop the Blocker Law, I can pop the Cavendish. Then I'm playing this and getting my life. So I'm at 3 and he's at 1, and he can't pop any of my 5 costs, which is really, really good. And then he's in the bad state. And when I don't have anything rested, playing the ace feels bad as well, sometimes. Yeah. And yeah, this card is really, really important for the starting matchups.
Fair.
To continue with the Straw Hat engine, and I will do like another bracket here. Let me maybe put this a little bit to the side. So this is just searchable with an army. I will put these in the middle because these are searchable with
Both the Dan and
both of
Nami.
them.
Yep.
So they are right here. This is only Nami search.
Yep.
And then we got the Zoros. I will put them here in the middle as well because they are searchable with Bonnie as well.
Foreshadowing.
This is really important. You need to play it because it's your target, your main target if you want to go fast.
Yeah.
For the Blocker Law because it's 3 cost and you will play it all the time when you have it nearly. And then the MVP,
Yes.
really the MVP as well for consistency and for pressuring. Like this deck is really fast. I play a ton of 1-drops. I want to get my board as consistent, full as possible. And versus Lucci, there's a tech which you can try to play. It's still a hard matchup, and I can explain that in the end. But this card is insane. So what this guy does, first of all, it said that it doesn't have an alt art. Maybe that will change one day. I can get these now, which is pretty nice to blow up the deck. When this card is attacking, it gains plus 2000. And so it's basically a Nami with an Otama for the 1 Don without the Makino. The Makino, not Otama, sorry.
Fair.
So when you got Nami and you play Makino to push this one to 5k, you need to play 1 Don and you need to have the Makino in the hand. For this card, you don't need to have it. So you just put 1 Don on it and it's a 5k swing. And what's really nice, it's not once per turn. So if you restand the Zoro,
Yeah.
it's plus 2000 again. And this is really nice. Opponents most of the time don't see it coming either. And yeah, that's a really good card just to apply pressure and for the consistency to get your board full, get the 1-drops. And it's searchable with Nami and the Bonnie,
Yes.
which is
One question, just one more question, because I think everybody's thinking the same thing. How many times did you actually win because of this card? Because when I thought of Red Green Law, I mean, in Utrecht, I think a few months ago in July, there was a Red Green Law winning. And I don't think he played this card.
Skeppers
And-
G, shout outs to him. He's a really good player.
But-
And yeah, sorry.
Why do you play this card? I mean, I heard it, I got it, but other people opted to not play this card, and it was available in OP07, but you did.
To be honest, I don't know why they don't play it. I told Skeppers to run it. I told him, man, this is MVP. On the last tournament, I was playing this card as well. Sadly, I went 7-3 there and didn't make it to the top cut with this deck as well. It's just too good. It's so fast. You can apply so much pressure on your opponent. You fill your board with just 1 Don. It's insane. It's really insane. If you guys are trying this deck, please play it. I saw Skeppers opted his list after I talked to him, and he tried the 2 ones, and he likes them so far. I think he is keeping them, but just try it out. It's a really good card.
Okay, going back to Bonnie. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Next
So,
MVP. Yeah, sorry.
you were talking about Bonnie and I interrupted you. So Bonnie, the searcher of the supernovas.
Yeah, this is
What?
like the best card in the deck. You try to get Bonnie to the hand all the time. So when you play it, you want to find a Blocker Law or maybe a Zoro, so that you can bounce this to the hand, play red, or you play the Law then get this back, and then play the Zorro or something else. It's just too good. Sadly, in my matchup in the stream, the top 32 versus Bonnie, I barely see it. So that's why I think the game was really close, because it was low on hand size, low on shambling target in the end, and that helps when you see this card. And because this card is so important, and all the other cards which are coming now, and this list, as I said, is full consistency, like no bricks, just consistency. I'm playing 4 of these.
Which I think is also not as common.
Yeah. Law players don't like to play these because they say it's an event. I need to get my board full as fast as possible. And I don't want to have events. But for me, I play it. It's insane. I'm barely like playing 8 Bonnies with this. The most target for this card is Bonnie. When you don't have Bonnie, you use this to get the Bonnie so that you can keep searching. But a lot of times in the late game, for example, I use the Bonnie, I search. There's like cards I can pick, this or this, but I really want a restand law or blocker law or something like this. Then you can grab the event, play the event. Once I find another Bonnie, play the Bonnie, and then I got what I need to go for game. It's like really good. You can extend your plays with these and loop them. It's really good, this card. It helps a lot for the consistency, because when you play a turn and you don't have a 5 cost to shamble in, it's really weak turn.
Speaking of 5 cost to shamble in, because I just realized it, I don't see a unblockable Luffy in your list.
Yeah.
Considering that Black Yellow Luffy is one of the most prevalent decks in the format?
Yeah. I decided to not play it because I bricked too much on this card. As I said, no tech cards versus matchups, just full consistency. Try to make the game plan work, try to make the deck work, and not focus on tech cards, because like I played versus Herboya, Black Yellow Luffy, and when you face a really good Black Yellow Luffy player, you won't finish it with the unblockable Luffy. It's the same for Bonnie. If that player is really good, you won't catch him with it.
Okay.
Only if it's already on the board and they can't remove it, and then you can like double swing with restand law. But this time gate is so niche and it comes up maybe in 1 of 20 rounds. That's why I just cut it out and went, as I said, full consistency mode.
Okay, fair.
So now are the most important cards of the deck. That's why I'm, as I said, running these to find
Blocker
law. This card is insane. It's the best card in the deck. I try to play him every time I got him. There's like nearly no scenario I don't play him and play something else, because it's just too good. When you're dropping, like you have 3 bodies on your field, you play the Nami, you play the Bonnie, you got 2 cards. Then you use leader effect, get the Nami back, get the Bonnie back. So get Nami back, play the Law, get the Bonnie back, play the Zorro or something else. So for your next turn, you're going +2 again.
Fair.
So Law is an aggressive card advantage trick, and everything is built around this. So it's, if you're lucky and you hit your searches, you're getting 2 cards every turn. And this is like really insane. You can build up hand size, you can counter out, you're gonna see a lot of your cards for the next turns, and that keeps the engine running. The last package,
Cavendish.
is the Cavendish with the restand law.
Okay, another question before you start talking.
Yeah.
Why not 4 Cavendish? I thought, when I saw the card reviewed, I thought this is literally the best card in Bonnie, in Green Law, in heck Supernova Luffy, upcoming Law. So I would assume every Supernova green deck would always play him, like 4. So
It is a really good card, that's right. The sad thing is, you can't have 2 on the field. And most of the time, you already search with Bonnie. So if this engine is running, you're searching with Bonnie like nearly every turn.
okay, fair.
And I barely shamble this one out. Really barely do it. Most of the time, I'm playing this as the 5th card. and then I start shumbling. I did it in the feature match as well. So got 4 bodies, then have like 5 Don. On the 5 Don turn, you can play Cavendish, your board is full, you get 2 Dons back from the Cavendish, and then you can shumble into like Law, and this grab your searches back so you can go +2 on the next turn.
Fair.
And I think 3 is enough of these as well, because I am running all the searches.
Yeah.
And Law is really situational. So a lot of times you need to see what you need. It's like a puzzle. You don't want to have like multiples of all. It's like a puzzle. You need, if you're lucky, you need everything once. So you need Otama. So you can use this, bounce this back. You need 1 Makino. So you can apply aggression on your searches. Get this back to the hand. Play the Makino next turn as well. Keep the aggression up. You need to get these in specific matchups to KO the Rebecca every time. Loop it back to the hand. KO the searches, the small blockers from Bonnie. You need this. If you play a starving matchup, you play this, you use the effect. If it stays on board, you attack, then get it back to hand. So it's like really a puzzle, and with these I can always check, okay, what do I need now? Do I need the Cavendish? Because I'm in the early game, I need to grind a lot. Or do I need the restand because I want finish? Or do I want just apply some pressure, get some card advantage, and try to get the blocker law for some more protection? And this puzzle needs to be solved.
Fair. All right. That's. Oh, I just realized, but I think you mentioned it multiple times. Consistency is king, so there's no 9 cost. So either way, because well, it's not consistent. It's too late. So yeah. But the biggest question, and the question that most people have on their mind: Red Green lost in advantage decks, playing for board, but you faced against Lucci. We saw Sati in the feature match. You lost against Lucci, but how do you truly beat Lucci? Because you in Swiss you won 3 times against Lucci, and I would assume those opponents are no sludge.
Yeah, they were really good players. So these were my matchups. Round 1 was Purple Luffy. Purple Luffy, most of the time it's pretty easy. This was the MVP because you just swing 5-5-5-5-5. There was a turn where I did like 6 5k swings or maybe 7. It's just insane. Then Black Yellow Luffy. This was a close game, but fine as well. Then I faced the first Lucci, and I lost this one. It was really close. Next one was the starter deck, Ruffy deck.
Yeah.
It's black. It's a black deck, so not that easy, but much easier than Lucci because they don't have Rob Lucci, and they can pop 2 units. The deck is really slow, and how I built the deck, I can beat like mostly all the slow decks because I'm so fast with the small Zoro. Play the restand, attack again for 7k, do this combo. You have a lot of options with this one. So mostly I think this ST Luffy was dead before he even reached like, I think he was dead on 10 Don, and he couldn't play like his 8 cost is Moria because I pressured him so much, and he needed to play like Zabos and stuff to try to stay alive. And then I faced 2 Luccis.
Yep.
I won versus these 2 Luccis. Then I lost versus Hervoye. A really close game. It was actually, I know you hear that a lot, but it was a 1k counter, which was missing. So really nice game. Shout out to him. I wish him best of luck for his games. A really nice guy. Then another Lucci, which I won as well. Then the NL, and then the Bonnie, and then the 2 feature matches.
Yes.
So I think the people are curious how I beat the Luccis. That's a technique. I try to do it in the last feature match as well. Sometimes you're lucky, it works. If you are lucky and your opponent maybe is not, you're in a good state. So versus Lucci, basically you don't want to play anything on your board until your 5 Don turn.
Okay.
I want to go first every time. Just because when you, let's say you play normal law, you play your cards, you play your searches, and you go second. On 3 Don, what is the most rough which can happen, he plays Brook, pop 1 unit. That's 1. Then it's your turn again, you keep playing, you can shamble on this turn. So he's there again, attacking with the Brook, pop another unit, and then play a Lucci or play another book. So it's 4 units gone. And you can't recover from this. It's over. You can't use your leader ability. You won't get your board full, and you're so low on hand size, you just lose. So sometimes the opponent doesn't have that, and if you just play it normally, you can have success with it. But in my opinion, it's best to not play anything until 5 dawn. When I am at 5 dawn, I am playing 1 body, which is higher than cost 2 and 3 at minimum. So I'm either playing 1 Zoro, or I'm playing the Restand Law, or I'm playing a Cavendish. Not this one, this is too good for the combo, but one of these. I just drop it. Before that, I just swing live. I use my searches event when I'm not playing anything on the board to fix my hand and search these guys. So as I said here, consistency again, play nothing, just use the events, rest of the dawn, attach on leader and attack him. So on 5 dawn, you need to play one of these guys, because if you don't and you just attach and swing again, he will play Zabo for free.
Yeah.
And you don't want him to give him a free Zabo. So you say like, okay, I drop one of these bodies. You decide if you want to play the Zabo and I keep this one, or you decide if you remove it and you don't have the Zabo. Because I need to go fast, I need to kill him, I need to go live as fast as possible. So the Zabo is like really unfortunate. And you give your opponent this decision. Does he want the Zabo or keep the 6k body? If you keep the 6k body, you're in a really, really good spot. Because you need next turn just 4 bodies for a full Shamble, and you have the 6k, which you can like play with. If it's Cavendish, it's even more insane. And what is important, don't attack with the Zoro. So if you play it, don't attack with it, because otherwise he just swings with it, attacks it. You need to get lower on hand size, and then he plays the Zabo if he clears it or he gets cards in hand. So don't attack it. Really try him to use his removal and not give him the Zabo for free.
Fair, fair.
After this turn, you're on 7 dawn when you win first, and this is where you want to Shamble. So in this turn, I drop all my searches to get hand size to protect the board afterwards, because most of the time it's like 4 active characters and 1 Zoro, which is in the combo then.
Yeah.
And from that on, you just start playing. You start playing the game, you do your law things, you do your searches, you get these. It's best if you find the block holder on this turn, so you can get the searches back to the hand, so Lucci can't block them. And then you can keep going +2 every round. He will clear your board, for sure, always. You need to drop the searches again. Dardan is really important in the Lucci matchup, because Dardan is basically, if you're lucky, a +2. You play this, get Nami +1, get another chopper, or this one, which you can search with Nami as well. Sadly not with Dardan, because it's green. And then you just keep playing, trying to go aggressive. You need to go really, really low on life. So most of the time versus Lucci, I'm on 1 or 2 life. Don't go to 0, that's too low. But 1 or 2 is where you want to be, so you have enough cards to always Shamble, keep your board, keep your pressure. If they have a Lucci on board, ignore it. Don't even look at it. You don't want to swing 6k in any bodies. If there's a Kuzan, kill it. The Kuzan needs to be gone, because it's so easy to remove your 5 cost when they have the Kuzan. So try to get that away as possible. When they play the 2k counter 5 cost, which pops a unit, you can ignore that as well when they start swinging, because it's just poking. They just poke every round, and you need to go fast. You need to pressure live. Lucci is running a lot of bricks. Versus one Lucci, I finished him. He had, in the end, he had 7 cards in hand. I can show the finishing combo, which I did with him. And he had 7 cards in hand, 3 lives. I was really pressured. I would have died next turn, and I finished it. And through 3 lives and 7 hand cards, so 10 cards in total.
Wow.
Afterwards. If you want, I can show this small finishing move.
Yeah, sure.
It's pretty nice. So we'll just get the deck together so we have some space for it.
Quick question while you are doing that. What do you think about law in 8.5 and OP09?
I get this question a lot of times. To be honest, I'm not trying to play the best deck. I know Red Green Law isn't the best deck.
Fair.
I know when you start as a new player, you grab this up, you probably won't make it. It's a very, very hard deck. As I said, the puzzle is really hard. If you need to solve it, you need a lot of practice with it. You need to know every single matchup because this deck plays different versus every other deck. So it's not the best deck. It won't be the best deck. This weekend I was just having fun. I was just playing what I want. Yeah, it's worked out so far. But to answer your question, in OP 8.5, the Doffy matchup is okay. Doffy is slightly favorite if they high roll on Jinbei. But if you... I played some games, and the key is to, in the beginning, keep his board as small as possible. This one, the Otama, is the key card for the matchup. You always want to loop this Otama for his 6k bodies, make it to 4k. You can swing with the Zoro for free in 4k because you attack, it's 4k. So you can apply a lot of pressure on these 6k bodies, they will die. And if you manage it to keep their board as small as possible, it's not that bad when they drop the 7-cost event, which hurts a lot for this deck because they bottom you 2 5-costs. So they will bottom the Cavendish and they will bottom your Blocker Law with 1 card. And for this scenario, until they are on 7 Don, you need to win over the board because then they use all Don, can't play anything else, and you just do the same thing again. You loop your searches, you search again. You get these cards again, play them. Then he needs another event. If he has that event, okay, the game goes on. You play that again, you try to find these cards, play that again. So it's like back and forth, back and forth. But the issue is, if you, until this game state, don't clear his board, he will poke a lot. He will poke with all his bodies, poke, 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 poke. It's hard for you to clear them if you're rebuilding the board. So the 7-cost event hurts, but if the board is small, he can only swing with leader, and that is pretty much fine. And then you just going back and forth and do everything over again.
All right, so I am eager to hear what the combo is. It involves the new
So
1 cost.
basically, just 1 red 1 cost can be like this. I even did it with a chopper, so it works as well. So just one of these, it's most of the time like this.
Yeah.
So when you're bored, it's like, let's just make it full. Most of the time when you're going for the finishing turn, it's not full. But let's just like make it like this, or maybe not. In this scenario, if you have like 10 Don, there are many different ways to do it, but just in general, you can start searching, for example, with the events or with a Bonnie. Let's say this is not there. You play a Bonnie to find a recent law, which is now really crucial for this turn.
Yeah.
You get the recent law, then you just play like the Machino. Just like drop it. Before that, you attack with the Cavendish. You need to calculate how much Don do you have for this turn, how many do you need for the other cards, for your leader effect. And then, in the end, you can say how much Don you can apply on the Cavendish. I always, if there's a deck, and I know that's a trigger, I always try to keep 1 Don, like for just in case. Just in case they pop a unit, I need 1 Don to refill the board and just not calculate it in. So you do the Bonnie, you rest 2 Dons of this for the Bonnie. Then you can attack with Recent Law, calculate how much Dons you will attach. I won't do it now, I will just try to keep it fast. You get these Don back, so the Bonnie search was basically for free. Then you can drop the Machinos. Sometimes I have 2 Machinos because this is the last 2k count I use. I use the Otama first, I use the Sanji first, and I try always to keep these for the pressure in this turn. Then you can do like double Machino.
Yeah.
Or 1 Machino on the Nami, it's 5k or then 8k. Then you do your leader effect, get 1 Machino back to hand, drop this one, get this one, attack again with this one,
Get
these 2 back, and then you can just play another Machino which you loop to your hand, buff this again, and this is then now 11k. And yeah, it's really, really good. So like if it's the best turn, you can really apply like all of this done to
Yeah.
discard. Just the two maybe for the Makino, and it's insane. So you have a double swing, which is huge, and after that, in the drive-by, you have the Nani swing. So this is really nice with the Makino to loop this. This doesn't need to be Cavendish. It's really Don efficient because you get 4 on its back when you resend it.
Yep.
In general, but yeah, worked really, really well, and most of the people don't see it coming. Especially when you like drop the Makino really late and not in the early, so you don't show them the information. Yeah, man, I just love this deck.
Me too.
By just telling you what to do, I'm really in love. It's so nice. It's so fast paced. You can do so many stuff. It's never boring. It's not like on 8, okay, I play Moraya, or on the other decks with all these high drops. You just, yeah, solve the puzzle, man. It's insane.
Thank you for your time. I have just one more question.
Sure.
If OP08 is coming in the red, no, not red, green, yellow law is coming, are you going to test him or are you going to stay true to your...
Hell no, I
online?
hate yellow. I hate yellow triggers. I will never play yellow.
And that's the statement. And with that said, thank you for your time. Thank you for your deck profile. And yeah, I hope you have better luck next time. Dodge those Luchis. And if not, free Don or Don to leader, swing for game.
Thank you very much. And in the end,